Adaptive, right? Which just basically means we're just combining stuff and using it in a way that it wasn't intended to be used. Oh, you thought you were going to use that duct tape to seal up ducks? No way. This actually makes a car into a washing machine if you watch Red Green enough, right? Duct tape solves all the problems. Never what it was intended for, but what the heck, right?
Earl,
So that's the kind of thing that you're in that practice.
I think your point on decision making is a good one. I mean, if you look at kind of the history of Cynefin, one of the big places it showed up that got a lot of people starting to talk about it was when it was in the Harvard Business Review in an article called A Leader's Framework for Decision Making, right? So it was exactly that. This is helping you understand what context, what part of the framework are you in? I'm forgetting the term that you were using at the beginning.
Ontological space.
What ontological space are you in? And that does change the kind of decisions that you can make. And I think where it showed up a lot for me in conversations with people about their projects was when we had projects that really did have a lot of stuff that was in the complex area, but people wanted an estimate. Can you tell me what I'm going to get and when I'm going to get it and what it's going to cost me? And we have a bunch of stuff sitting in complex, and that makes it just nigh on impossible, right? Because we have so many unknown unknowns. We just don't know enough to give you a good estimate, other than we can come back to you in an interval of X amount of time, having answered another set of questions.
Right. So just to put some context, I guess, and Jenny, if you try to think about the four ontological spaces, three of them work with this sort of known unknown. So the best or clear one is known knowns. You know them and you know the answer, so you just do it. The complicated is known unknowns. We don't know it yet, but we know what the unknowns are, and we just got to figure them out, and we'll execute. And then the complex is the unknown unknowns. We don't even know what we don't know yet. And those, we have to figure out even what we don't know yet in that one. And that's what Jenny was referring to, it being complex.
Thank you, Donald Rumsfeld. So,
yeah. It's a nice way to think about it, though. And the other thing that I've worked with a few clients to do is actually take the framework, look at each ontological space, and map in some of their projects. Right? What projects have we done, or what releases or programs or whatever you call the vehicle you work on? Which of those live in clear? Do we have anything that really is just clear? We know exactly what to do and we go do it. We've done this 100 times, right? It's a small installation for a new client with 10 changes in requirements we need to do. We stamp these things out over and over and over and over again. And so, here are 4 examples of clear in our world. Here are 4 examples of what complicated look like in our world. And here are 4 examples of what complex looks in our world. So that as you look at a project coming through the pipeline, you can look at it and you can kind of look at, well, does this feel like it is like other things we've done and therefore more likely to be in one of these ontological spaces? And then we'll need to treat it differently. Right? You don't treat a project that has a high level of complexity the same way you treat a project that is clear.
Right.